Live from Newton, North Carolina. Newton, North Carolina is the county seat of Catawba County, right here off of Main Street right here, kind of in the Court Square. Here you see the courthouse in the background. Newton is the county seat of Catawba. And this courthouse building in the background was built in 1924. It's now a museum. And you see here before me this beautiful, impressive war memorial for those who answered the call and they did their duty to serve in the Confederacy. As it says here in the front, to the Confederate soldiers. I'm going to share this memorial with you, this monument here on the corner of the old courthouse grounds. And then I'm going to walk down here to this other memorial that's on the other corner over here. And it puts in perspective just how large and bloody and deadly the war actually was. And why it should never be forgotten. Because it has the engraved names, or it lists all the names of all those who served in the different wars. And it puts in perspective just how many served and died in the Confederacy. So this county, this town, the city should be very proud of this. There is this sign here. It's been here for a number of years. It used to say renovation. I wish they would change that. I heard that there are all these renovations that took place right here, the so-called revinaigrette, to update this place. I heard it cost up to as many as $5 million. So really unique to have sidewalks like this. So this beautiful memorial right here, you just say, to the Confederate soldiers of Catawba County, 1861 to 1865. Confederate heroes. No braver bled for brighter land, nor brighter land had a cause so grand. Erected by the people of Catawba County back on August 15th, 1907. And on this side, listing up the many regiments from this county that served. Full company sent out. You see Company A, 12th Regiment, Company F, 23rd Regiment, Company C, 28th Regiment, Company E, 32nd Regiment, and the list continues. You can read them here. And members of other companies and regiments. I've been here a couple times before. Did a little drone video here about a year or two ago. And I think I might do it again. You can see this right here on the corner. Just talking to a really nice gentleman I know from the old North State Flaggers. We end up walking through the museum here. This county courthouse is now a museum, a county museum. Really nice artifacts, although I was very disappointed that there is next to nothing about the war between the states. They really are lacking that way. It's amazing they don't have a single display to the largest, bloodiest war in America's history, the war that took place right here in America, in Clinton, where there's more lives that were lost from those who served in the Confederacy in that one war than every other war combined. So hope the county museum, the county does a better job with their having a display to those who served in the Confederacy. Just heard a neat story about this cannon right here. I was told that when they brought this here, it was still loaded. And there was a time it went up and down. It could be maneuvered. And this cannon has a story of being the last shot fired, they say, of the war. Because some locals here put a wick in there and made it more erect, angled it upwards, and shot it, and it actually went off, and it took off part of the corner of that building across the street, I'm told. There's that part of the corner of the building right over there that's missing. They said because this cannon was shot off, loaded, and it actually hit the part of that building. And that's something else. Apparently there's stories written about that. I don't know if I got the story completely right, but still pretty fascinating, isn't it? All right, now I'm gonna make a transition over here. Walking around the Catawba County grounds and from the old courthouse. It dates back to 1924. This has been converted over to a history museum. The 1924 courthouse. The museum is open today. Just walked through most of it. It's very pleasant, wonderful day out here. I'm in short sleeve shirt, shorts. Weather's just about perfect. Pretty pleasant. Love coming to these little court squares across Dixie. So I just want to share this with you. This was made possible largely by the Sons of Confederate Veterans, I was told. But this helps put in perspective. I love it when counties do this. When they engrave the names, or they list the names of all those who served and those who died in all the different wars. And I just want to share this with you as a kind of an example. So you see here, Catawba County War Memorial. And you see those right here who served in Korea. You see this listing right here, all this right here is those who served in World War I. And over here, this section is those who served in World War II. And you see right here, those who served in Vietnam. So it's got those listed. Now if you go to the back side, you see those who served in the Mexican War. You see those who served in the Spanish-American War. And then you look at the size of those who served in the Confederacy. And look at this. That's why you can't forget this war, the war that took place right here. There's also some names right over here on the side, a few that served in Middle East conflicts. This is like many others I've seen, where as you go across the South and they list the names, especially of those who served and died, there's typically about 3 times more names of those who served and died in the Confederacy than every other war combined. And that's when there was a much smaller population too. That's why these Confederate memorials are so important. As you can see here, it was placed by the Captain Connor Camp 849 Sons of Confederate Veterans. And here's all the names. These men from Catawba County died in the service of their country. Died in the service of their country. And in this case, I'm not sure if this includes just those who served or those who served and died. I love these memorials. I love it when counties do this. Just walking along here. Over here on this end is the World War I memorial. I'm just going to do a quick loop through here. Take a stroll with me as I walk around the old courthouse here in Catawba County Courthouse here in Newton, North Carolina. It is maybe worth mentioning too, there is a historical marker. I guess I better not miss the historical marker that's across here. Right across the street, you can see a M.L. McCorkle. He was a Superior Court judge, a founder of Catawba College, state senator, and Confederate colonel. You see that right over here. Once again, M.L. McCorkle, Superior Court judge, a founder of Catawba College, state senator, and Confederate colonel. His home stood right here. All right, I'm going to continue on down this way. around. We'll do one quick loop around the courthouse, and we'll finish up where the Confederate Memorial is again. It's a nice day to be out here today. I do like it when counties turn the courthouses into museums, but I hate it when they just completely gloss over the war. So here they have in the front corner a beautiful war memorial, and on the other corner a beautiful war memorial clearly saying this is the most important, deadliest war in America's history that took place right here. All the other names are those who served on the other side of the planet in foreign wars, and then you go into the museum and there's like no mention at all. I hate it when counties do that. In fact, I was just over not too long ago in Georgia, and I think it's Lawrenceville, Georgia. Real quickly, I want to share this with you. I think this dates back to 1897. It's for those who were massacred on Johns River in General Rutherford's. So there's a memorial right here to a massacre. Continue on down here. This newly refurbished on both sides. You can see this new sidewalk. This was not here when I came through here about 2 years. I was here maybe between a year and 2 years ago. Very pleasant. But I was over there just finishing my thought. I was over there and I think it was Lawrenceville, Georgia. And there was a display of all that had names of all those who served in the different wars. And once again, there was names for those who served in Korea and Vietnam, Spanish-American War, Gulf Wars, World War I, World War II. And then the names for those who served in the Confederacy was about 3 times longer than every other war combined. And then I went to the museum, which is just the next block over, which is the old courthouse. It was a military museum. It was designated as a military museum. And it blows my mind that there was not a single mention of the war between the states. The war that took place right in their own community, in their own homes, that affected all men, women, and children of all religions and all races. So there was a nice large display for those who served in World War I. Nice big display and a whole room dedicated to those who served in World War II. Lots of displays for those who served for Korea and Vietnam. All the foreign wars, all the wars that were on the other side of the planet. But yet the war that took place right here in America that greatly affected everybody wasn't even mentioned. It blew my mind. That's why I refer to it's exactly what Mayo did. Just purge, remove, censor, ignore, hide things of the past. I'm not even sure which memorial this is right here. This might be the World War I memorial. Maybe I missed it. But I'm going to go ahead and continue on over here, going up just around the court square here in Catawba County, here in Newton, North Carolina. Boy, that's why I love traveling, especially this time when the weather is just about right. So I'm going to finish this up where I started at this beautiful Confederate Memorial here. This county, this community, this town, this city, should be very proud of this. After all, it represents those who did their duty. They answered the call to serve. I really love, especially seeing the Confederate flags around this area, made possible by the old North State flaggers and other like-minded good folks like them. So I'm just going to leave this here with you and finish this video where I started, here in downtown Newton, North Carolina, here in Catawba County Courthouse grounds. So take care, y'all.